So I'm wondering, does this sound like you? Do you ever feel like overwhelmed? Do you feel like you have a hard time keeping up with your to-do list? Do you sometimes feel like, you come home and you just have no energy anymore? You just feel like you're inundated with so much data? The thing about today's complicated world is that, as things like social media grows, as analytics grow, predictably we're going to get even far more overwhelmed. We're going to get a lot more text messages, Facebook messages, Twitter messages, a lot of these different messages that is hitting us. And one of the things that successful chief innovation officers do around the world, one thing they do differently is that they know how to manage their time. And when we interview them to ask, what do you do? How do you manage your time that's different? For today's complicated world, we learned a few things, like 5 different things that they're doing that I thought it's worth sharing about, kind of thing. So the first thing is they all have a relationship with the device. Like this is their favorite device, right? And anything that hits them, they know they have to record it in a specific place. And they record everything. So if I was going to come here to our office today to shoot this video, I would actually put, it's going to take me time to put in the hours. So I'm going to put travel time here. I'm going to put, design the content for this conversation. I'll go put things like, okay, I don't need to leave, so I just gotta really put every single activity in my calendar. What most people don't do is think through the entire amount of time it takes for a particular activity to happen. So having a relationship with your device, making sure you capture everything. Here's the thing, if you don't capture everything, this is one of the side effects. Now, have you ever had a night where you're trying to go to bed, you're twisting, turning, you've got lots going on in your mind? But guess what? One of my favorite productivity consultants, David Allen, mentions this. He said, my brain and your brain is not a hard drive, it's a RAM. So don't treat it as a hard drive. Take all the information that's hitting you and capture it somewhere. The fact that you've captured it and you're going to be dealing with it allows your mind to calm down. It allows it to be productive and do things like, I don't know, cause a million acts of innovation, right? Here's a couple of other things that successful innovation officers do. The one thing they do is they put time in their calendar for something called breakdown. Like how often in your life do you have an unexpected event, unexpected phone call, unexpected whatever that happens to you? And when you look in your calendar, do you have time for something called breakdown? Do your employees do? Does your boss have? Does your colleagues have? So how about we schedule something in our calendars like I do it every day, 15 minutes, and I call it breakdown. Something unexpected happened. So scheduling that makes you a little bit more effective, a little bit more productive. The next thing that, what successful innovation officers do is they know what it is that they should put their time on. There are 2 activities that we think is important to focus on. One is what I call a high price per hour activity. So if I was going to do some consulting for, let's say, one of my clients, IBM, I would put in like it's a $2,000 per hour activity for me. That's a high price activity. So, every hour am I putting my time on a high price activity. Another kind of activity that's important is helping co-founders of 1 Million Acts of Innovation around the world to build the innovation university that we're all committed to building. Now that's not a high price activity per hour, that's something that's what I call life altering or high value per hour activity. So hour by hour, am I spending my time on high price consulting opportunities, or am I going to put on stuff that could change the future? Those 2. And if that particular, if an activity that's in my calendar is not one of the 2, then I can delegate it. I can outsource it, I can put it up for something else, but these are the 2 things that you want to focus on. Then the final thing is what most people don't do, is actually put time for themselves. For me it's every Thursday at 10 o'clock. I come to our office and I go for a walk out. It's my time to take a break. And you'll be amazed by how much taking a break actually enables productivity. And these are some of the most successful tips coming from chief innovation officers. please don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 1millionapps, and please leave your comments below this video. Let us know how you're using these steps, which ones are useful and helpful to you. Please don't try to take all of them up at once. Rather try to grow into them. Try to take 1 or 2 tips. The fall we try to take tip number 3 or tip number 4, but don't try to take all of them at once. The secret is to grow into them. Thank you.